All who can stand should be standing right now. So you gotta get ready. You ain't gotta get ready for me. I can bring you the blues. You gotta get ready. Oh yeah, you gotta get ready. No matter what you're going through, somebody wish they was in your place right now. They wish they could feel what you feel right now. They wish they could be where you are right now. That's spiritually and financially, because you might think you at the bottom, but there's somebody that's always low. And for those of you who think you got it all together, there's always someone high. Take your seats. Take your seats. You know, I really wanted to hear that song. I was going over there to tell them, because you got to be ready. Not too long ago, some people at work at a brewery, right there, a beer distributor, and they let this guy go. He went out to his car, he came back with a gun, and he killed some people. Just the other day, right outside of my hometown of Philly, this lady got suspended. And she walked out, I guess not saying too much, but she went and got her .357 Magnum, came back into the break room, and she killed 2 and injured 1. Through the way, she was on purpose. She didn't shoot anybody else. She shot to get people out of her way and let them know she meant business, but she went and killed some people. We live in a world without hope. We live in a world of unbelief. But somehow, life is our best teacher. It teaches us that we're not ready for everything, but we need to get ready for some things. We have a Bible that's been here for a while, and we need to read that and get with this thing. Get with the program. We got to get ready. I don't know those people in the brewery thought it was their last day, and I don't think them people at Kraft Foods thought it was their last day. I'll tell you a story. Last Sunday morning, I got off work. I didn't think it was my last day. I got in my car like I always do. I drive in mind of my business, doing my speed limit, 45 to 50. Somebody else doing a whole lot faster than that hit me in the back and made my car flip 3 times. As I was sitting in the car, the first thought came to me, well, let me tell you what happened in the car. As the car was flipping, you know, they say your light flashed before you and all that good stuff. Well, my life didn't flash before me. The first words out of my mouth was, Lord, forgive me for my sins. And then my next thought was, God, I'm okay. And as the car started tumbling, I threw my hands up. I wish I could tell you that it was in prayer, but it wasn't in prayer, because I felt the roof caving in on me. I put my hands up to the roof and used all my strength to hold the roof from caving in on my head. Car flipped and it flipped, and I came to a rest. And then I unbuckled myself, turned the car off because I didn't want to catch on fire. But then I did one of the most important things I could think of, find my telephone. If you know me and my phone are one. And I called, you say don't call people because they thinking about me and they're going to wonder why I'm not home. I called my wife, she didn't answer. I called my pastor and he didn't answer. I called Minister Jennifer and she answered. And I had to tell her, I said, listen to me real carefully. I'm okay. I've been in a car accident and I'm okay. I want you to call the pastor, to call my wife, because I want him to calm her down. I've been in a car accident. So she said, well, what? Don't worry about it. I'm okay. I'm on Route 1 and I'm okay. So along this time, a lot of things are happening. Some people pulled over and wanted to know what's going on. They seen the accident. One person hollered out, there's a person in there, which I didn't understand. Of course I was in there. Second person said, are they hurt? And the lady hollered out, hurt, they got to be dead. I'm on my telephone talking to my pastor, or trying to get to my pastor. So I'm sitting some kind of strange way in the car, and I had a peace, I had a calm, I had a peace because I knew already. I repented, I was okay. You know, I said my last few words was, Lord, forgive me, and now, Lord, I'm okay, because I know he forgave me. But anyway, I'm in this car, and I'm thinking, they think I'm dead, but I'm okay. So then they hear me talking to a pastor. They thought I was talking to myself. So they said, don't panic. Get control of yourself. You know, they telling me. I hollered out, I'm okay. I'm talking to my pastor, right? I'm on the phone. That's exactly what I said. I'm on the phone. And I never really, until later on, I thought about how crazy that probably sounds to them, but I was okay. Because they said, God give you a peace, what? Beyond all understanding. See, I'm okay. So as I sat there, I was talking to Pastor. These first responders came. I don't know if it was the firemen who said it or the EMT. They said, "Are they conscious?" And I said, "Yes." And they said, "Is he hurt?" "Yes, but I'm okay." And they said, one of the firemen said, "It's a miracle that he's alive." I said, "It's a miracle I'm alive, man. I'm on my phone." You know, and I'm thinking, can I make it to church? Right? And y'all might think I'm not telling the truth, but I was thinking about coming to church. I'm thinking the things that have to go on in church. I felt my legs, like I told Pastor, if I felt my legs, I could feel them, so I'm not paralyzed. I see them, so they're not cut off. I'm not bleeding. As you can see, I'm not scratched up. I'm not swole where you can see. I said, I'm okay. Get me out of here so I can get home and get dressed and go to church. I said, I'm ready. I'm ready. In the flipping of the car, I was ready for whatever God had for me. If he was calling me home, I was ready for that. And he said, whatever he's going through, I'm ready. So Pastor was talking to me. He said, we talking like we talking. He said, where are you? I said, I'm in the car. He said, the car flipped over? I said, yes. He said, where are you? I'm in the car. You know, I didn't panic. I was going to say, he didn't give me a spirit of fear. I wasn't afraid. It was just, I flipped over in the car, got a couple of bumps, and I didn't know how bad the bumps and bruises were, but they didn't kill me, so I'm okay. And I won't go through the whole long story, because that's not what I want to talk about, because that's neither here or there. But the point of it is to be ready. The people at the factory, I hope they were ready. The people at both factories, the distributor, and I hope they were ready. And I thought about what God had for me to do is to get people ready. To tell you the story, not of me crashing in the car. You know, people say the car was a miracle. God had you. All that was the same. It's all the same. God put me in that car some time ago, 2 years ago, because he knew this accident was going to happen. He knew all that. So I traded in the Cadillac and got a CRX-7, and he knew all that. But you know who put that car together? They put it together right. Because I'm okay. And I'm still ready. But we're going to go into something else here. In Isaiah, when he got into the presence of the Lord, he said, I'm unclean and filthy. Don't turn, I'm going to tell you about it. He said, I'm unclean. God cleansed him. Right? And then he said, send me. I taught the teens today, and it was from out of John 10:10, which says, the thief does not come except to steal, kill, and destroy. But I have come that you may have life, and that more abundantly. And we went through that as teenagers go. I had to pull teeth to get them to talk to me about this story. And we went through that, and I told them, and you're going to hear a little bit more in the next hour when I talk to the adults. And when I told them who the thief was and who the I was in this statement, and they understood, and, we had our good time back there. And I sat there and I said, to steal, kill, and destroy. And I heard so many things. I put my pictures on Facebook, right? Because I told my wife, I said, get prepared for what you see. You see me now, and I'm not all scratched and banged up, but when you see that car, I didn't know what the outside looked like, but the whole inside was demolished. I said, if the outside looked anything like the inside, you got a shocker when you see my car. Amen. So she said, I went through the car, and I saw it brought tears through my eyes. My wife is kind of sentimental that way. But when my tough relatives, my tough brother and cousin saw my pictures in Philly on Facebook, they broke down. And they called me with things like, oh, you a walking miracle. Oh, we're going to come down there and touch you and get some of what you got. God is really looking out for you. Some of my friends said, you got a testimony. They gave me all these accolades. They was giving it to me, and they was giving their shouts out to God also. But, as I was sitting there, and I was thinking to myself, I'm blessed. Am I any more blessed because I had a car accident that I am today because I woke up? Am I any more blessed if I lose a job or I get a better job? Am I any more blessed than anybody who never been in an accident? Am I any more blessed? What is this thing about being blessed? What is this anointing or this separation that we talk about that God does? And, I think about it because there are some parents right now who's crying over their kids with cancer. Right. Are they any less blessed than me? They're crying for somebody who died. One of my best friends, her favorite uncle passed away. After she gave him some advice, she wrote me an email and said, I truly take the brunt of the blame for my uncle passing so fast. Because if he wouldn't have listened to me, he wouldn't go into that hospital, and he wouldn't be dead in 10 days after going to the hospital. And I wrote back, I said, let me explain something to you. You're not that strong. You don't have that kind of power.